by the right of the council, by the will of the Force. Welcome back into another episode of the galaxy-famous, Halcyon-approved Jedi Talk Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts of the High and Regular Council here tonight. We're outside of Metlakor. We're all outside of Exegol. We feel the darkness within because you are following us at Jedi Talk Podcast, youtube.com/Jedi Talk. To my right, he sat down and he can't get up anymore because he played guitar. His name is Brad Hughes. Brad, how the hell are you today?
You know you're getting old when you throw your back out playing guitar. I hurt my back for real. I just stood up and it really hurt.
That's all right. At least he didn't, I went to high school with somebody who, sweat when he bowled. But that was... we were 17, 18 at the time.
Sweat when he bowled?
Yeah, it was.
That would have been a perfect joke for one of us. You should have done that.
Yeah, no, I'll get that. I mean, you do look to the man to the left of me who owes me a new Chewbacca because he knocked it out into this microphone. If I sound like shit, it's Evan's fault. Yeah, it broke. Evan T. Boucher, everybody.
You broke his Chewie?
I'm kidding. I set that up to piss him off.
I know. I saw you.
I was a little worried for a second. Adiga and good journey. Thankfully, Chewie's okay. He's okay.
Yeah, Chewie's all right.
Is that the episode 4 Chewie? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I love that. I love that it doesn't even say New Hope. That's how old school those packaging is.
As
Star Wars.
As it should be.
Love it.
Well, this is our top 10 edition.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one.
Top 10 Ahsoka-tations.
Things we do and don't want in Ahsoka Tano.
Less than a week from when this episode airs.
Unless you're going to the Hollywood Studios or Disneyland event, then it's probably the day you're listening to this. And
none of us are.
We're not going. If you spoil that from me, I will personally fly to you and give you the Guardians of the Galaxy Epcot screaming at your face treatment.
I'm with them. I will join you. I mean, we both have flight credits. So
that's a good point. We do.
Yeah,
we do. We have flight credits.
I will get in their suitcase and come with them.
Cheap ass.
He's my carry-on.
Yes.
Yeah, Evan's my carry-on.
I'm his emotional support animal.
Emotional support, Evan?
He's my emotional support beard.
Yes.
Wait a minute. You wearing beards out there?
I forgot it could be used for that.
This is a safe space.
It's just what it is,
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Our top 10 Ahsoka. So this Ahsoka series is finally here. And this was, I'm not lying to anybody. I'm not kidding. You all know Ahsoka's my third favorite. The Padawan of my favorite Jedi. I think this is the most hyped
favorite character all time?
Star Wars, yep.
Really?
3-1 goes Ahsoka, Cal, Anakin.
Damn. I knew you liked her.
I remember our top 10.
I
remember being...
you do have Ahsoka Cherno, so...
I am sitting on Ahsoka Cherno, yes.
And that's not something that
My
fluctuates.
wife wouldn't let her sit on me.
We did that top 10... We did that top 10 a year ago, and that was the same order.
Yep.
So
and I'm so excited. Rebels is so good, an extension of fantastic content that Disney continues to give us with Star Wars.
I wish they would just call it Rebels Season 5.
Who officially came out and said it? Was it Dave or was it John?
It was Dave.
It was Dave, because Dave officially said that. They're like, this is Rebels Season 5.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, Filoni said it.
I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm so out of the fucking loop these days.
How cool would that be? To be like, Rebels Season 5 is not animated if they just did that. That would have been cool.
That's probably why they didn't do it. Just because
the
people
name
were
brand of
expecting,
Ahsoka. They wanted that name on it. Yeah.
I think it's so funny that she went from kind of an obscure character to
borderline hated and obscure. We talked about it last week.
Well, for the people who don't know the story, the Clone Wars was going to be like a Plo Koon, Ahsoka Tano, apprentice, master apprentice kind of thing. But then George said something to the effect of oh, that's Anakin's Padawan. And then Dave was like, Anakin is a Padawan? And George was just like, Anakin has a Padawan.
Well, yeah.
So that's what happened.
Well, it'll sell more merchandise, so yes.
Yeah, but now we have one of the greatest characters in Star Wars.
100%.
That's true.
Easily.
I think she is one of the greatest characters. And
I
wasn't shocked that she made your list that high. I just didn't realize that she was that high up for you because it's completely justified. It's not like R5-D4 being one of your favorite characters.
Anakin's Padawan, it just gives me a lot of I don't know, especially having a girl now, it gives me a lot of connections to make there, you know?
Man.
It's crazy. So
having a girl is going to change you, buddy.
It already has.
I've never really thought about it in that way, but it's almost like it shows us what we would have had if Anakin could have raised Leia. Ahsoka is what we got. So Leia could have been Ahsoka.
All right, let's kick this bad boy off. Anybody have any honorable mentions? Because
I'm
doing mine off the dome.
I have one.
I have two.
One. Okay. Evan, you go first with your two.
Well, one of them's kind of a joke, but I do not want to see helicopter sabers. I know we talked about it. I thought we might have got him in Kenobi. Thankfully, we didn't.
It's in Survivor for a split second.
Is it?
So
that's funny.
Your fight with the Ninth Sister, when you kill her, she jumps out of like wreckage and just like comes down with it. It's like a split second.
Is it in Fallen Order too?
No. I don't believe
it's
it is.
only Survivor.
Ooh, no.
No. In the nest. In the nest, right?
No, Trilla does it. I'm pretty sure either Trilla comes down with a helicopter spin or she jumps down.
Yeah, I think it does. But like, it's fine when it's
whatever.
2 seconds. But if it becomes an extended thing, no. But you know what? They didn't do it in Kenobi, so I don't think they're going to do it here. And then my second one is I want to see Kaz's. They did say they're going to show it, but some more of Kaz's dad. I think that's a really awesome connection
that's right. The
to
Resistance
Resistance.
thing,
So give me. I don't want like a whole episode about him or anything, but like give me a couple lines of dialogue from Kaz's dad. See what he's up to.
That's fair. I almost said Haunted Mansion because I put HM.
I do that too every time.
Honorable
like
mention. At the end of the Ahsoka series, I want a new mural from Sabine Wren.
That's
a good one.
That is my honorable mention.
Nice.
I don't have any honorable mentions.
All right. So why don't you start us off?
What's
All
your
right,
10?
I have a response to one. This is something that I actually had on my list, but I had it in my head higher up. But since you brought it up, I do want to see live action Inquisitor lightsaber Hogwarts because if you'd have told me that they couldn't pull that off in live action, I would have believed you until I saw the Purgle in live action, and that works.
That is fair.
So they have a good track record, even in that one little shot.
If anyone's going to do it,
they can do it.
Yeah.
So I think that they could make it believable and not look cheesy as shit. And I think if they're going to do it, I want Dave Filoni doing it. So that's my number 10.
All right.
Nice.
I want to see
I like it.
It's true to the character as well.
I like it.
it is canon. So like I can't
Fucking
say it's
stupid,
not canon.
but-
But yeah.
It is what it is.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go for it.
Right it this way.
Yeah.
Number 10. I want 0, gentlemen. 0 cameos from Mando,
That was my
Grogu,
next one.
or Boba Fett.
That's my next
You
one,
stay
dude.
far away from Ahsoka.
I don't think they will. So I think,
No. Hear me out. Like,
I'm with
hear
you,
us
dude.
out. So
Yeah.
this will be Brad's 9
Yeah.
in my 10.
Nice.
Like this series, there are so many heavy hitting characters. Hera Syndulla. There's a rumor that Jason Syndulla's in it. There's
That has to happen.
Ahsoka Tano's it. Ahsoka's the lead fucking character, right? Is in this goddamn thing.
And they're
There's
introducing two new ones,
two
so,
new
like-
middle of the road people that we don't know, and
Yeah.
Mon Mothma we saw in the trailer. Like
There's a
Ezra
lot
Bridger's in
going
the
on.
fucking thing. Like Lee, Mando, Boba Fett, Grogu. Grogu, stay far. I love you, but stay away from Ahsoka.
You had 3 seasons.
Yes.
It's Ahsoka's turn.
It's these characters' turns.
I'm with you.
I don't want to pack too much.
Yeah. And I don't
I'm
think
with
they're
you, bro.
gonna
100%.
I don't think they're going to bring any of these people in because, like we said 2 minutes ago, it's Rebel season 5.
Right.
So I don't think they're gonna.
I know it's in that universe. It just
Yeah.
keep it away.
I'm okay with it season 2.
Yes.
But
Yes.
let's give Ahsoka and the Ghost Crew their time to
Thank you.
to
Yeah,
shine
fuck you.
because they
100%.
deserve
Let's
it.
go.
And they earned it.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
100%.
Evan, number 9.
My number 10.
No, 10. His
is-
10.
Sorry,
and
duh.
then we'll come back to my 9 because you gave your 9.
I don't know exactly if I want it to be whatever happens after the season finale or series finale of Rebels, but or a flashback. But I want some representation for Bendu, whether it's a flashback of Bendu
I almost put that on my
as that big giant
all
ape-looking
this-
guy, or Cloud Bendu, whatever.
yeah.
I want something Bendu.
Cloud Bendu.
I love the Bendu.
Yeah.
Some
Bendu
on
in
record
live
saying I
action
love
would
the
be
Bendu.
Yeah.
sick.
Give us more of that guy because he's really cool, and we don't know a ton about him.
I love that.
Love it. I love the Bendu. I'm down.
Yeah.
Tom, number 9.
My number 9. Speaking of Bendu, I'll put this one at number 9 again.
You want to Bendu Kyle's mom over?
Oh, I do.
You
I actually do. I Bendu.
He's been doing it.
I've been doing it with her since 1996.
You were 8.
I was 10, sir. I'll have you know I was double digits. I waited until midnight on my 10th birthday and walked up to her house with my little balloon. And I said, it said Happy Mother's Day.
He said we all float too. Why'd you have a balloon?
Because I was 10. I don't know. I had $5. That's all 7-Eleven sold. I got a slushie, too. We shared a slushie next to the bed.
slushie.
He's
the
committing.
balloon.
He's committing to
Slushie
this story.
balloon.
Okay, let him go.
Yeah. All right. My number
You'll
9.
float too. Constantino.
Take a look.
Come on.
I would like a Kanan Jarrus flashback. And I need to see Freddie Prinze Jr. in live action with this character, too. I don't think he gets enough talk about how much of a Star Wars guy he is, too.
Yeah.
Crossover.
Yeah, and I didn't put this on here because that's almost a given, but I knew
I
at
don't know
least
if it's
one
a
of you would have.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know if this is a given. That's why I
Yeah.
kind of put it on there.
I don't mean given as in it's obviously gonna happen, but it's a given as in that's what we all want.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. It's important enough for me because he's such a Titular? He
Titular character.
Sure, titty character. He's a titty character. That's what we'll call him. Kyle's going to be like, "Whoa,
He pointed at a camera that's not there.
Yeah, I know. Just goes to show you, Brad. You know it's been a very weird past few weeks.
It's been a very strange.
Have you ever done
Jesus
that?
Christ.
Like just sitting in your car or whatever, and you like say or do something or read something, and you just like turn to an invisible camera.
No, but you know
I
what?
do all the time.
No, that's
This
not what
is-
I've done
I have
illegal
mental
in my
health
car.
problems,
but-
so.
No, here's what I've noticed. If you go back and watch any of my bourbon reviews that I've ever done, whenever I'm smelling a bourbon, I look up and to the left, and I don't know why.
Back and to the left.
I'm always like, and it's in everyone, and I fucking hate it. And I'm trying to be better about it, but I don't.
You gotta
It's
switch
just
it up. Start looking to the
It's
right.
almost like guitar face. You have like
Oh,
a
yeah.
guitar face. It's
Yeah.
like bourbon smelling face. It's so fucking dumb. It looks so. I look like a mouth breathing idiot because when you smell bourbon, you have to have your mouth open.
yeah.
So or,
You have
like
to breathe through your mouth.
Do you ever watch Lars play drums? He gets drum face. So
Does he? He's the man. So like it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking dork.
Kane and Jarrus. I would like to see a flashback of Mr.
We want
Freddie
Kane and
Prinze Jr.
Jarrus face. That's what we want.
We do.
Yeah.
Wow, you busting in Hera. That was a Brad joke.
It was.
Part of his face though, because his eyes are covered by his hand.
Evan, what's your 9?
My number 9. I love TIE. I can't speak apparently. I had a stroke, I guess. I love TIE fighters, but I don't really love the TIE Defender that was introduced in Rebels. But it's like Thrawn's baby. He's all about those TIE Defenders. So I really want to see live action TIE Defenders.
I think our captain would be mad if it's not in there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She'd be pissed.
I might have to ask her about that next time I see her.
I mean, you're going on the hell scene?
If I'm not crying, if I'm not crying and can get it out, I will ask.
That's just me being jealous. That's all that is.
I'm jealous too.
Yeah.
That's
a good one.
It's a good
I like
one.
that. I like
Very
that
good one.
for Thrawn. I didn't put much Thrawn on here because that I felt like was the given. But yeah,
I want to see. Is this number 8 now? Right.
This is your number 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Dark Side Ezra. I don't care if it's in the form of a flashback and he's telling you what happened, but I gotta see Dark Side Ezra. I want him with a red lightsaber. I want him to have spent so much time with Thrawn that he has like Stockholm syndrome and is full on dedicated to the Empire / First Order, whatever we see them in at this point. I want it so bad, and I will even say this much: if I don't get that, I'm going to be disappointed.
Interesting. Okay.
but it won't tarnish the brand.
It will not ruin the brand. See last episode of Jedi Talk, but I do think that is something that you have to do. You can't have a character that was already susceptible to the dark side live with one of the baddest dudes in the Empire and not be affected by it. And I want to see how.
That's fair.
And I don't. It doesn't need to be full on. Like maybe he came back, maybe like escaped at some point. But I want to see Ezra at one point, even if it's flashback. I want him with a red lightsaber being on the dark side.
Well, here's my number 8. We're going to lean right into it, right? And that's fantastic. I think the story lends itself to having Ezra with that battle and Ahsoka having to turn him back.
It
So
only makes sense.
my number
Yeah.
8 is I want the Inquisitor to be someone. So my official guess is this Inquisitor is Ezra turned dark.
From the world between worlds.
No, not from the World Between Worlds. I think he got fucked up with Thrawn, and as he came back, you and I talked about
We
this a
talked
little
about this.
bit.
I think they kind of
via
said he's
text.
got his own. It's a new character.
Well, his
or
name is
something.
His
Marok.
That means
but, like,
jack shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren's name is Kylo Ren,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah.
also Ben.
Means jack
So
shit.
yeah, it could be
Oh,
Marok.
dude, I'm telling you, if that's I had wanted that from. I actually said that. I was like, "That's Ahsoka." All right, Ahsoka. That's
Ezra.
Ezra.
Yeah.
Well,
And then
here's
they're
my
like, no, it's somebody else.
It
I'm like,
could
"Oh, shit."
be.
here's
Could
my
be.
next step after. Oh yeah. You said that about the older dude.
When we first got the
Valen.
trailer.
I'm talking about the
Yeah.
Inquisitor.
Oh, the Inquisitor. I thought you were about Valen.
No, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I
my
think
bad.
the
No, my
Inquisitor. I think is
Let's
Ezra.
Fucking
That'd be
go.
awesome.
And I want to take it a next step further. And I told you this in chat.
Excited if he's
How
a fucking
cool?
Inquisitor.
How
God.
cool? And I haven't told you this yet, but
No.
I came up with something that's probably too much to squeeze in. But what if we got like a flashback of Vader turning Ezra into an Inquisitor?
We could totally get that.
I know, but
There's nothing says we couldn't.
Vader has been doing a lot in that time period. He's got a lot going on.
Do these people have days off?
Yeah, I know.
They're always doing something.
I know.
No one ever just is like,
Well, that's
Watching
one of-
Lando on the
doesn't-
HoloNet.
Doesn't Hera even says that? She's like, I don't want to be in another war. Like I've been in one literally my whole life because she's like what in Bad Batch? What is she like 5?
yeah.
She's young, yeah.
Clone Wars, and then she's in Rebels, obviously fighting the Empire, and like she has no days
General
off.
They would
Syndulla.
just succumb to the
Yeah.
Empire. They live in peace and harmony.
Exactly. It's not that hard.
No. They defended Lothal.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see
That's a
Lothal.
good
So,
one.
yeah,
And they got
that's my number 8.
no days off because they spent every day defending Lothal.
If the Inquisitor is not Ezra, the other real popular fan theory I've heard is it's Barriss Offee.
That would be cool.
That would be fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
She's not on my list anywhere, but we always talk about how we have to get her story
How about
somewhere.
this?
I kind of
How
want her
about
to
this?
want it. Don't want it.
It's Cal Kestis.
That would be a wild.
We've already seen what he would look like, Inquisitor Cal.
We have.
He doesn't have a helmet.
He gets
it's
one.
not Cal.
No, it's not.
Hey, what if they take it off and it's Cameron Monaghan?
That'd be why I would be like.
Would
I'm ready.
it undo your love for the character?
No, not at all.
No?
No, because we haven't seen his arc yet.
Like that would be wild. If
it would
like
be.
he finds all this shit, then he's like, actually, the Empire has a point. He goes and asks him to hunts down these fucking
You'd have to
younglings.
be aged a little bit, but
Woo! That'd be
It could
nuts.
happen. Could totally happen.
Dude, I think that'd be cool. That's my prediction out of left field.
Okay.
all right.
I'm putting it on.
I feel like that was a prediction I made when I thought Cal was going to show up to save Grogu on the cruiser.
Oh, yeah.
That
Instead
was
of
my
Luke.
guess. Instead of
it would
Luke,
be-
I said
yeah,
Cal
Cal.
could be there.
That's right.
Yeah,
Could have been.
I want to see Cal mowing down people.
me
as
too.
an
You know
Inquisitor.
what? There's 4 options for this Inquisitor, and it's probably going to be
Barriss Offee's the best
Marok
option.
Is who he is.
Yeah, right.
It's probably going to be
It's
what
probably
it is.
just going to be a new character.
Yeah,
We're all
just
like,
Marok.
oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, damn it!
that was our guess.
What's the character's name? Oh, god damn it! Who was that?
Oh god damn.
Oh, god damn
I
it!
don't know.
Fuck, I forget who it was. I don't
Oh
care.
god damn.
I don't know.
From what?
From South Park, one of the episodes. The character, I've said it my entire life. I've heard it once.
Oh.
And, oh god damn it!
No, I just thought of a drop I need to put on the soundboard from The Simpsons. You remember when Homer hits his head in church? Damn it! I need that on the soundboard.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
What's in your brain?
Well, before we get there, I just wanted to say, like, I'm rewatching Rebels, like we talked about, and I forgot how much Ezra does go to the dark side.
Dude, it's
Like,
a lot. He's
I know
fully
you've been talking about that for a while. When it was like ever since they announced Ahsoka, I'd be like, I got to see dark side Ezra, and I was always thinking in the back of my mind, like, I don't really see that happening. But
He
now,
was really
like,
close with Maul, man.
yeah, the more
I was
going to
say, do you think we can get
I'm
a Maul
like,
flashback?
Yeah, I was like, dang, he really goes for it.
Bridger.
There's
But you know what's-
times he does stuff, and like Kanan either like doesn't know about it or finds out, and he's like, "That was like what?" Yeah, he's like, "That was dark side. What are you doing, Ezra?" Like, so yeah, I could totally see that now, and I didn't see that a year ago, but yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's a good call. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
that one. What are we at? Number 7?
Number 8 for me,
Number
much
8.
much lighter, but I want to see more live action RX droids.
Oh, okay.
I just want them in everything.
As long as they
Yeah. Don't blow up.
kamikaze them more.
Well,
yeah.
or as long as the Rebels crew don't murder one in cold blood like they did in season 2. Never gonna let them forget that.
It's a flesh wound. He was all right.
He didn't look all right. Live RX droids. Let's not kill him this time. Ghost crew, traitors.
My number 7 is that we're at 7 for me is I want to see, since we got the name drop heir to the Empire, I want to see Thrawn be Thrawn. I want to see like a scene where he's trying to explain to somebody about the culture of this thing. Like I want them to go full old school Thrawn, because they kind of touched on it a little bit in Rebels, but he's way more cerebral in like the novels and stuff. And I know those aren't necessarily canon, but they've brought that character over close enough. And even in some of the books that are
Yeah.
canon, he's very much like that, like studying these artifacts and the history and the art of these cultures, and that's how he kind of like formulates his plan around it.
Yeah.
I gotta see that. Since we're finally getting him in live action, you gotta go all in. You've got the best casting imaginable for this character. Give me that version of him. Please give me the Thrawniest Thrawn that ever Thrawn.
Thrawniest Thrawn.
He was the
That's,
suckiest bunch of suckers
Sucks it ever shucked.
That's like my only super minor, tiny little nitpick of Rebels is he's always like, "Oh, we lost this battle again. Oh, it's all part of the grand plan.
Yeah,
it's
but he doesn't
fine.
reveal
it's
what it is."
okay that we
Yeah,
lost
no.
again." Like it's like no, actually, let's see him be a badass.
Yeah,
for
I
once.
want him
So,
to. I actually would love if he's like made his way. He's like I have another part to that, but we'll get to it on the next one.
Okay.
And that just reminded me of someone who's not on my list, but hopefully, I don't know. She might be on your list. I'll wait till we get to the end.
Okay.
but we'll see.
Tom,
Okay.
number 7.
My number 7, I had it here for a second. I want details specifically on these orange lightsabers that we're seeing. I want to know what's up with the orange kyber crystal. How'd you get it that way? What'd you do with the red kyber? Did you like reverse bleed it and stop?
That's my thought as a reverse.
Like,
bleeding.
what's up with this? This is interesting because I love kyber crystals. I love the part of the powering of the lightsaber. I love Winston. Don't be drinking this water, buddy. You just whack your tail against my Black Series. That's all right. I want to see
less damage than Evan did.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my job, Winston. What are you doing?
I just want to see. I want to hear about the orange blades. I want to know where they came from, because I don't think these people are truly evil, but they're like kind of like in the middle
I think
somewhere.
they're mercenaries. I think they're just being paid for by the
Force sensitive
Empire.
mercenaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Father son. What do you think their dynamic is?
No, that's a
I
that's
think
a
it's
daughter.
just apprentice.
Daughter?
I think
That
just
was a
master
girl,
and
yeah.
apprentice. Yeah, I don't think they're like related.
They could be father daughter. You never know.
They could
That'd
be
be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Father daughter mercenary.
That'd be
team.
interesting.
And
Be
then
good cosplaying too when the kids get older.
There you go.
We're gonna go as.
And then
Father, son.
in Disneyland, you can buy orange kyber crystals. And then 6 months after that, you can buy them here.
I do want an orange kyber.
Oh, yeah.
They're
So,
I'll
going
buy
well,
it.
for-
so
I'm
do
buying
I.
it day one.
It's a color of my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in my crotch.
You don't need any more
Hey.
orange.
Yes,
no,
I do.
yes, you do. You
I
can
see
never
all
have
the
enough.
ginger memes coming out about that dude, the bluegrass guy, Oliver Anthony. Is that his name?
Yeah, that song sucked. It's like another try that in a small town fucking vibe to me.
The lyrics were on point though.
I didn't listen. I saw it come up. I heard 3 seconds and I turned it. If I'm being honest,
I'm not into that music either, but like
can't do it.
he's saying what a lot of people in the country feel, and he's already
I can't speak to it because I didn't hear what he said.
he's already getting vilified from like the
course.
media saying that he's right. He's not right. He's not no freaking extremist. But I'm going too far. We're talking about
I almost said
Ahsoka
something.
here.
I don't
Never
even
mind.
know what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's just another distraction.
Nice.
Although this guy, I
From
hope
the
he does
birds.
well with it.
It's a distraction
Are you
from the
gonna pull it
birds,
up?
right?
Okay. Distract. Yes. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen a baby pigeon, Evan? You haven't.
Never.
You haven't.
Never.
I know.
This is our new running joke. I love
It's
it.
not a running joke. I'm being serious.
I know.
Baby pigeons
He
don't.
also thinks the world's flat.
I don't think the world's flat. Oh,
He knows it's flat.
you could have said that. I really
I don't know. I don't
yeah,
want to.
yeah, I know. Maybe let
I
the
didn't want to
it's a
say
joke. Yeah. DM us at Jedi Talk Podcast if
Nope.
you want to know what that joke was.
Nope.
I will not tell you.
I will not tell
Yeah.
you.
Never.
That wasn't even that bad. I'm just not saying anything.
So orange blades. Evan, what's your number 7?
Number 7. Now, I just, after saying like 2 minutes ago about someone that is not on my list, I made a little adjust. I can't speak. A little adjustment here on the fly. My number 7 is seeing Admiral Ray Sloan. Love to see her in this.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Because
Took me a second to put
only
the
exists in the
picture.
video games and like the books. That's like it.
Wasn't she
This is
in
her time
Aftermath?
period. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is the ripe time for her
She's
to be
100%
around.
going to show up.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a huge.
Filoni's going to put somebody in there
Oh.
we forgot about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not, like I said, I don't want to be a whole episode about her or something.
is
but
the
if
guy-
she's just like one of the Imperial people on the ship and they name her, perfect. Like that's all we need.
Who's the guy from the Thrawn books that was like the Southern guy? And he's like a fan favorite from the novels. Do you know who I'm talking about? I
Is
forget
he the
his
one
name.
they put in Mando in the Shadow Council?
Like the
Or is it
general,
No,
the
he
ISP
was-
guy.
I'll look it up and find out who it is.
Okay, I
But
forget.
I think he's going to be because he's like Thrawn's buddy or something. I'll have to go back and read
Speaking
it.
of Thrawn's
Okay.
buddy, I wonder if Rook survived. His assassin, his little assassin guy.
Oh, I don't know.
Ooh.
I just remember him getting into it with Zeb.
I bet he does, and I bet Zeb's going to kill him.
I
Is
think
Rook who I'm talking about?
Rook is like he's not a human. Are you thinking of a human? He's not a human.
I thought it was a human, but I could be misremembering the book.
Rook is just an assassin that Thrawn like puts out on a bunch of people, and he's just like he's
In the
very
Heir to the
annoying.
Empire books or the
No, Rebels.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy was in a book. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, no. All right, what we at? Number 6?
My number 7 was, Ray Sloan.
Yep,
6 for me.
You're number 6.
If you do this show in this time period and you show the foundation of the First Order, the transition of power from the Empire to the First Order, and you don't show me that Admiral Thrawn knows about Exegol and knows what Palpatine is up to, we have a fucking massive problem. Doesn't have to be
Yeah.
season 1. Doesn't have to be season 1.
It could be the movie.
But
like,
you
it doesn't-
have to bring this up. This is the biggest glare and the biggest stain on the prequels or sequels is that he just pops up out of fucking nowhere. No one knows anything about where he's been, what's been going on.
It's in like one Vader comic, and
you
that's it.
have to bring up Exegol. Like I said, not necessarily season 1, but you got to lay the groundwork to that.
Yeah.
We have to see that. They got to quit fucking around.
I'm with you.
Give us this. This is the right time. This is I mean, it could culminate into the movie,
Yeah.
but I think you need to at least address it
I'm with you.
early on
Yeah.
in Ahsoka. It's my number 6. Very passionate about
That's
that one.
good. That's good. My number 6, and I put it at 6. This could potentially be a number 1, but, and you guys may have thought about this, but have we ever seen Ahsoka meet the other Skywalker child?
Leia?
No.
Yeah. I would love a surprise Leia cameo in this. Just recast. Use a younger.
Yeah.
You don't even have to CGI her.
They're going to de-age her face.
But then that's fine. Then give us... Because this time period, she would be General Leia Organa still. Is this the Senate? Is this Bloodlines yet?
I don't know which was first. Bloodlines is like 5 years after.
It depends. This could be a flashback. It could be a current time.
I would
just could be anything.
Like I would feel... And this series doesn't need this. But I put it on there because of how cool Ahsoka and Leia together would be.
Yeah. I mean, if we're getting Mon Mothma, and I know like she's been in a lot of other things, thankfully so, rightfully so, but like you can go Mon Mothma and Leia. Like they're both in the Senate, both dealing with the same thing of sneaking around with the rebellion.
Who's to say they're not talking to Leia in that little meeting there with Mon Mothma?
Yeah, and I'm talking about, obviously that was before the original sneaking around in the Senate with the rebellion. Now they're doing the same thing, establishing this new republic, and Leia's starting to realize that Mon Mothma's not doing it the way she should, because Mon Mothma wants to demilitarize and like ruin it. So we could see Leia butting heads with Mon Mothma, and therefore going to Ahsoka for help or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like totally could happen.
I didn't think about that at all, but that makes all the sense.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Evan. What's your number 6?
Number 6 is another kind of deep reference that's not that heavy, but like I want to see something referencing Captain Doza and Jarek Yeager and the Colossus from Resistance. If we're getting Kaz's dad in here, we could get Captain Doza, because he was an Imperial officer who left to set up the Colossus and eventually help the Resistance. And then Jarek Yeager eventually ended up fighting at the Battle of Jakku, which is going to be after this season of Ahsoka. But we could be building to see the Battle of Jakku. So like you said earlier, this could be the movie, this could be season 2. But we got to build to that like Battle of Jakku with all of these people in it.
Totally. That could be like a big... That thing, actually, now that you're saying that, I'm wondering if the Battle of Jakku is like the finale movie.
Oh, it's got to be, because that's a pivotal moment
that's
in
a huge
this timeline.
Moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know we're going to get Ahsoka and Rex at the Battle of Endor in the movie.
Oh, you think
I've always expected that.
Hera was there. We don't know if Ahsoka.
I know
we know
Ahsoka
Hera
had to
was.
be there. Ahsoka had to be there.
It just hasn't been officially announced in canon yet, but I think you're probably right.
She probably was there. Maybe that's where she meets her. No. She doesn't meet her demise there. Duh. The whole fucking... Never mind.
Ahsoka series is after that.
Yeah.
We could see flashbacks.
That happens when you... Yeah,
I know.
I said something one time that like I want to see Obi-Wan and Rogue One or some shit, and we're like...
Maybe we'll get a flashback.
I forget something stupid like that one.
Maybe we'll get a flashback,
I like that. Are we at me now?
You're number 5.
My number 5, and this could be higher up my list, but fucking Christ, please no time travel.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I didn't even put that because that's obvious.
God damn it, please don't do time travel.
War Between Worlds could be War Between Worlds. I just don't want it to
want them to do it
reset
again.
The timeline.
I don't want them to do it again.
They're going to go to it. We already saw it in a sense.
Yeah.
I haven't watched anything other than the first trailer because
I've seen both
that
trailers, but that's it.
In that trailer, she's battling somebody, and it's pretty sure it's in the...
Oh, that's right. We talked about that when that. Yeah, that's right. God dang it.
Elsbeth is involved somehow. We don't know how Elsbeth is, but she's involved with that whole World Between Worlds thing.
I think that's how they're going to find Thrawn, is in the world Between Worlds.
Maybe
using it as like a teleporting thing, I have no problem with. The second you start doing time travel, we got a problem.
I feel like the way it works is like it's basically just like a room, and you can bring people into this room, but they have to leave the same door they came in.
Don't you dare start justifying time travel in Star Wars. You
because they can't go anywhere else.
You red-headed, shaggy-bearded, freckled son of a bitch. Don't you...
I hate time travel more than anybody, except in Back to the Future, because it's only about time travel.
Yeah.
But it's like if you walk in that door to come into this room, you can only go back out that door.
That's not true. I can break the window.
No, and that's not how the World Between Worlds works.
Well, it does in this world, right?
True. You can break the window if you want to.
I just don't want them to do it. To me, it's one of those things where it's like you open that can and you happen to close it back very carefully.
Yep.
Let's not fucking do that again.
Now, if they do show us there, they have to kind of show us what happened on Malachor, because Ahsoka was fighting Vader.
See what I'm saying?
And how did they get out of that?
Again, once you open it again,
Ezra pulled her.
But then put her back. So how did they get out of that?
She walked into that.
Yeah, so I want to know how Vader and her walked away from Malachor unscathed.
Well, Vader's an easy... All right, that's fair. I won't get into it.
Yeah, but how did Ahsoka?
I don't even know what you mean. I'm confused.
She walked in after after the temple collapsed, and I think she just kind of got out on her own.
Okay, maybe.
She like re-entered. Vader just
Yeah.
got out because he's Vader.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. So Ezra pulled her out. Vader left, and then Ezra put her back, or whatever. She walked back and then left. I like that. Justification. What do we got? Your 5?
My 5. Ooh. Check this out. So, remember how you went out on Mike last week?
Mm-hmm.
He just texted me because he's doing his podcast tonight.
Oh.
I think I got
For
Brad
all
good.
6 people? Oh, no, we didn't.
We'll see.
Okay.
He said he thinks he got Brad good.
That's
Hey, well,
cute.
you're going to listen, aren't you?
Well,
So that
now
makes
I
it
have
another
to.
listener.
No, I have to.
You have to.
I'll be the listener of your podcast this week.
Oh, it's throwing shade and he didn't even hear it yet. My number 5.
As far as I'm like, and then this other guy texted my wife, and I got upset about it because my brain hurts. Too much brain swelling. Quit jumping off a fucking rope, you dingus.
Big Chungus.
Aunt Tim.
Okay, my number 5.
Does he know that I will viscerally destroy him?
He's listened to Jedi Talk
Okay.
for as long as I've been
All
on.
right.
He knows what he's getting into.
You're poking the bear.
He knows what
I
he's
was
gonna
being nice.
It's all right.
And I make it
Go
not
for it.
nice.
Don't run into
Hey,
him at Epcot.
Hey, at least he,
Don't you dare get in
hey,
front of me like that.
Brad. At least he didn't outsource me to call back on him.
That's a good. We didn't even talk about that on the first one.
No, you and I have a plan for that.
That's right, we do.
Yeah.
Plans.
I forgot what it was, but we definitely made a plan.
My number 5. Speaking of plans, I want so many
Oh,
more.
that plan. Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. I want so many more war crimes for my favorite droid ever, Chopper. I want him.
Yes.
I want him with a Glock out the window, just be like.
Like in Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Star Wars Family Guy. That's
Yeah.
how we do it in my neighborhood.
He's just like flipping him off. Chopper is. I'm telling you, like don't come out and say Chopper was your favorite droid before this. After you see it all, you freaking
People will.
middle of the
People
road
will.
people
will.
and that's fine. You
I
can get
remember
on the
being so excited
bandwagon,
to see him
but
in Rogue One.
I
That made
love
me so
Chopper.
happy.
Chopper is so cool.
He's in my top 5. I think he was in my top 5 when we did top
mine
5.
too.
he was.
I think he was my number 4.
I think I love Chopper.
Or he was my favorite. Or
I can't
BD1
remember.
was my favorite. Either him
Yeah,
or BD1.
BD1 was your favorite.
Ooh, I would. Ooh, between the two, Chopper's my favorite. I like Chopper better than BD.
Wow.
Slightly.
Huge revelations
How
here.
about BD-72?
Oh,
I love BD-72. BD-72 is not really canon, though. I didn't bring him on the Halcyon because it was a lot to pack. So.
yeah, that's fair.
BD-72 is canon somewhere in one of the multiverses. So,
In the world between
If they
worlds.
existed in Star Wars, but they don't, thankfully.
Evan, what's
Not
number
yet.
5?
You say that will ruin the brand.
Actually, that actually is canon. And in the Canto Bite book that I always talk shit about.
That's why that book sucks.
It's canon.
It
just
doesn't exist.
just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not
No,
canon.
we know they rank books lowest, so
Doesn't
they're
matter.
not canon.
It's still technically canon.
Yikes.
Yeah, there's some there's these sisters that claim they're from a different multiverse.
Oh, they
and-
claim it, but is it?
but they hint at that like they're not known for lying or something like that. Like they hint at
until you actually see different
It's
universe.
pretty much said and confirmed, but I wouldn't worry about it. That book sold 8 copies, and I was
Yeah.
one. I was 2 of them. I was the audiobook and the physical book.
Oof.
I threw that book away. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, you hate that book.
I fucking despise that book.
Yeah.
It's the worst Star Wars book ever written, hands down.
Yikes. Not a good.
If I ever saw the author that wrote that book, I wouldn't even speak to them.
Wow.
Nice.
Not on speaking terms with said author.
No.
Evan, what's
Watch it be
number
like
5?
somebody really good, like Claudia Gray.
You're
If
right.
it was Claudia Gray, there's no way
I
because
gotta
she's
find
the
out who
goat.
did it.
Hopefully, it's not. I don't
Take a
think
look.
it
It's in a book. Evan, what's your 5?
Come on. Number 5 is this has to be on your list, I imagine, but literally, I just put anything Anakin. I don't
Okay.
care what it is. Anything Anakin.
I'll have a specific later on.
Now I know they in these teasers and stuff they keep dropping. They use some Anakin stuff, but it was old Anakin stuff.
Yep.
So thankfully they're not
Mhm.
giving anything away.
It was shit we already saw.
Yeah. So
Sort
I
of.
think we're getting this thing, and hopefully we get. I don't care.
You
what
guys
or
didn't
how
see it, so
much,
I'm not
or-
going to talk about
Yeah,
it.
I didn't. I don't know
won't
what he
talk about it
said
out of
or who he
respect.
said it to, but I know there's an Anakin thing involved. So
How the fuck does this book have a 4.2?
because it's the internet, that doesn't mean anything.
It's short stories, and so it's written by Ray Carson, John Jackson Miller, and Saladin Ahmed. You all should go take a fucking hike.
3 people.
Hikes are
Tag
pretty
them in
nice. Hikes are nice, especially like in the mountains or a nice climate.
Oh, brother,
Probably not
this
in Florida.
guy stinks!
That's the way
Fucking
Brad
hate it.
feels about the authors.
No, it's stronger than that.
What's your
That
number
book
4?
was a waste of my fucking
It's
life.
the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
My
That's
number
right.
4 is I want a ballin' space battle.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I need it. You got the Ghost Crew back together. We got the vehicle itself. I've already seen it in Star Wars Celebration. We saw the bridge, kind of. I want to see the Ghost in action. They crushed that in Rebels. You can crush it in live action.
Fuck yeah.
Simple, but I really want to see it.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Number 4, Tomas.
My number 4 is I vehemently do not want Sabine Wren to be Force sensitive. I just want her to be picked up her training from Kanan that Kanan started. Don't forget, he taught her how to wield a saber with the Darksaber. And I just want Ahsoka to be training her to be a Jedi, but not Force sensitive.
Okay.
I think because they're teasing that she's Force sensitive, and I think they're teasing it too much to the point that, like, why wouldn't she? Like, oh, I've suppressed it this long. I can't with that. She's already a Mandalorian, and Mandalorians can be Force sensitive. That's fine, but Sabine Wren does not need to be Force sensitive. She's a badass character as it is right now. It would not enhance her. If anything, it would kind of muddy
her? You don't think it would make it better?
No, I like her the way she is.
You don't think that it would be more badass if there was some of Kanan that rubbed off on her?
Like Force? Like the actual Force itself? I don't want her to be Force sensitive. She could be a Jedi, but I don't want her to be Force sensitive.
How can you be a
Well, you
Jedi and
can't
be
be.
Force sensitive? That is not a thing.
Ahsoka's not a Jedi.
That's true, but she
But
is
she's
Force
a
sensitive.
Jedi's a title.
All right, well
And
then
to get that title, you have to be Force sensitive.
Well then fine. Then I want her to be whatever Ahsoka is without the Force.
So a chick with a
Something
lightsaber?
different.
But
I agree.
here's my thing. Here's
we
my
don't
thing.
want her to have the Force either.
Here's my thing. The Jedi Order's done.
Yeah.
It's over with, right? Like a Jedi can be whatever a Jedi can be, right? And the way Ahsoka looks at things, she's so unconventional with it.
To do that.
But they can train. All right. Maybe don't call her a Jedi.
Skywalker.
No. Maybe they can call her. Hold on. Shut up for a second. Maybe they don't have to call her a Jedi. But what I'm trying to say is I don't want her to be Force sensitive.
Okay.
I want the training to be a continuation from what we saw Kanan do with Sabine in Rebels, and then Ahsoka needing Sabine to be at her game to fight Thrawn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to teach you how to wield a saber, and she has Ezra's saber. We've seen that in the trailer.
This is just like my boy Grievous.
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. I don't want her to be Force sensitive. Yeah.
I don't want Sabine to be Force sensitive.
Just
I don't.
think it'd be
a
cool.
Good Grievous.
It could be,
Help
and
somebody build the order back up. I mean,
But they're like you
I
already kind of
get why
hinted
you
at.
don't
We've
want
had
it to
too
be.
much
I
Sabine at
feel
this
ya.
point.
Yeah. I
Too
feel
much
ya.
of her to not
not
all of a
address
sudden
it at
be
this point.
Force
I feel
sensitive.
ya.
And you kind of hinted
But
at
it is
already.
like 20 years later, right? Like it is a big time gap.
Yeah. But
Kanan couldn't have sensed it. She
we're
couldn't have
already-
used anything in that.
we're already kind of getting that story of a Mandalorian Jedi in Grogu. So like we don't need that again with
It's true.
Sabine. Like in universe it could happen.
Unless-
but out of universe they're not going to tell the
That's
same
how
story twice.
That's how her and Grogu bond. Is because they're both Mandalorian, and she can help Grogu train.
She could help him train in lightsaber combat, but maybe not Force combat if she's not Force sensitive. It's still to be seen, but
Luke taught him that.
yeah.
Some Force stuff.
I don't know. I'm torn on that one. I see both sides.
And I think that takes away from Ahsoka's story too. It's like now there's 2 Force sensitive people in this.
Right.
Well, 4 if you count the
I mean,
2.
I know Sabine is kind of like
5
going to be
count
her
Ezra.
apprentice thing, but I think you can sort of make it work without her being Force sensitive. It's
Like
just it
100%.
just seems muddy
You can make it
waters,
work for
that's all.
sure.
Yeah.
That's all.
And I don't see her calling Ahsoka master in a sense of literal master and apprentice. I think it's just like kind of
A
throwing a
respect
little
thing.
joke at her, but also like a respectful joke
Sure.
at her. Like,
Yeah. Master.
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 Evan, what's
Of
your...
Metallica podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you. What's your number 4?
Number 4, another thing from the video games we've only seen, but it's going to help tie in this whole First Order thing that we need answers to, is the Sentinel droids, which are those red, floaty Palpatine droids.
Mm-hmm.
We need some more of those. Those things are creepy,
Yep.
first off, terrifying, but like, just give us more of that. Maybe it talks to Thrawn or, back and forth, and you just see more of that. Because that's what introduced us to Operation Cinder and the start of the First Order. So give us that. Whether, like we've said before, Season 2, movie, wherever you get it. But somewhere stemming from Ahsoka, we need a Sentinel droid
All right.
floating around.
All right. My number 3 is I want to see more of Hosnian Prime.
Ooh. Yeah. It got the shaft.
Yeah, it definitely got the shaft. It got
Yeah.
the shaft. I want to see more of that because I feel like that could be the Coruscant of the sequels, but they
Should've
really
been.
dropped the fucking ball.
Well, they have 2 options
Um,
for that. It should be Chandrilla or Hosnian Prime.
I think Hosnian Prime looked more like Coruscant than Chandrilla does. Just the the shot we see in the Force Awakens, but I want to see more of that. I think they could. I think that might be where maybe Mon Mothma's at, because she's not in the sequels at all. So
I hope so.
and maybe she gets the shit kicked out of her. You find
You
out.
Well, actually-
hope that Mon Mothma's on Hosnian
Yeah,
Prime?
this is all her fault for demilitarizing. Like, she was
Oh,
wrong.
damn.
Yeah.
But that does make sense.
He's becoming more
Because-
Republican every day.
That does make sense because she started
Try that in a
with
small
the New
town.
Republic on Chandrilla, and it was her idea to make it a rotating capital. So that was her idea
That's fair.
to leave Chandrilla
Yeah.
and go to Hosnian. So she's probably on Hosnian
Look
Prime.
at that, the consequences of her actions.
Yeah, that's what
Take
you
that,
get.
What
you
she get for
stupid bitch.
selling her daughter.
And as you
I know, right? Holy shit.
yeah,
right.
but also
That was
as
so
you-
wild to me. That was the wildest thing in that show to me.
Yeah. And as you learned, I'm not doing this as another like house. I'm going on the house scene again. But like
No,
as
I-
you learn from the captain,
Yes.
Leia was right.
She
And
was.
She proved Mon Mothma wrong.
Leia-
Leia
Leia taught
she
me
made the
that,
right
yeah.
choice here. So
Yeah, I want to see more of that. I think she
Yeah.
probably ends up on Hosnian Prime.
good.
Hosnian Kabloom. Good. Damn.
Hosnian Leia.
What's your number 2?
That was it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
That was
Oh,
number
yeah,
3. So it's not,
Hosnian
you're
Prime.
number 3.
My
Yeah.
my number 3. Yeah. My bad. See, he's over here talking about wanting Mon Mothma to die. I'm just assuming that's.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
We got Laura
Hosnian
Dern. She's the new Mon Mothma.
Ooh, some Holdo.
Is
in this
Holdo?
would be great.
Sort of, yeah.
Rest in
until
peace,
she
that was
died, yeah. Yeah, until she died.
She
Mon
could show up.
Mothma had this sprawling legacy.
Holdo doesn't.
Holdo had
she has the
8
Holdo
minutes.
maneuver.
Hey, my number 3. Look, they were filming a lot of this shit at the same time. There ain't no reason Ewan McGregor and Rosario Dawson could have crossed paths
Oh my god.
for a little bit of a live action
Yeah,
flashback to Obi-Wan and Ahsoka. And like, if you get Anakin, and I'm going to talk about him a little later, Ahsoka and Obi-Wan live action, the 3 of them in the same
I
fucking
think we
shot.
have the same number 1.
Yeah, probably do. Same shot.
Obi-Wan's armor, Clone Wars
Oh.
armor. Oh man, live action.
God.
That's the best looking Obi-Wan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even like
Yeah, love it.
Anakin's were like red and blue.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm just gonna stay here.
Put
till
your
soon.
pants back on.
I will. Evan, what's your number 3? Well,
My
I
number
zip
3
pants up.
is more of the Shadow Council.
Caught in a zipper again.
Ooh. More of the Shadow Council. That's basically it. I mean, now we can actually see some more of Thrawn in there. And like we said earlier, Sloane can show up in that. You can bring in
That's my
anybody.
number 2 essentially. Is
Nice.
I want to see what's his name's dad.
Oh.
Brendel.
Brendel?
Hux. Yeah, I want to see Brendel. More
Well,
Brendel Hux.
That's somewhere on my list, so nice.
So, well, I'll count that in because he's part of the Shadow Council, right?
Yeah.
So I'll count that into my number 2 because we'll have the same number 1. I'm
Okay.
fairly
Oh, yeah,
certain.
you two
Okay.
definitely do.
So yeah, I'm with you because like another thing where it's like he's very important. How? Why? When? Let me see it. Show
Yeah.
me. Show
Correct.
me that he's important.
Right,
If he's
right.
a part of
Don't
the
just say
Shadow
it.
Council
Maybe-
that's doing it.
Maybe crazy idea. You could connect it to this random General Pride guy. You know, like who the
Yeah,
hell
Pride
is
should
he?
be in there too.
Yeah.
Pride should be in there as
Yeah.
well.
That's like your thing with Exegol. Like, oh, this has been around the whole time.
Yeah,
show us.
Show us.
Pride's
you know
been
what
around
else
the
I
whole
want to
time?
see?
Show us.
And I thought about putting on this, but he's the dude from Resistance, the Commander Pyre.
Yes,
his name?
dude.
The Gold
yeah, you're preaching
Stormtrooper?
to the choir there. Yeah.
The Gold Stormtrooper. I'd like to see him in live action. He could be this. He could be like Phasma, like that look.
I don't think he survived. So.
But this is before that.
Oh, you're right. You're right. See, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it
even
happens.
us,
This is
like
before
it's
that.
hard for us
Shit
to
gets
keep
money
track
for
of
a
everything.
while. I gotta remember.
This is before
Yeah.
that, so he could definitely be around.
Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome.
Show me how he gets. Let me see him and Phasma competing. Like that'd be cool.
Yeah, just like how Cardinal and her competed, basically.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot that book. Yeah, that book sucked. You liked it.
Some of it sucked. The stuff on Parnassus was terrible.
That's the Jungle Planet stuff, right?
Kind of
God, I
some weird
fucking hated
jungle
that.
/ ocean.
Yeah, I
it
hated
made no
that.
sense.
I hated that. Book.
Everything on the finalizer
Yes,
and on
that's what the whole book should have been.
what was the other ship? I forget.
I forget too.
Stupid, but those two ships were awesome.
I read the
Yeah.
book 4 years ago. I don't remember.
What do you got, Tom? What's your number 2?
My number 2 is, simply put, an Ashley Eckstein cameo. She deserves to
I
be
didn't
a cameo
even think about that, but you're
in
fucking
this
right.
live action series. I don't want her to be a voice of a droid. I want to see her face. I want to see her as a Star Wars character. Give her a name. Like if she isn't going to be live action Ahsoka, and I understand why. But
What's
she
her
is,
name backwards? Like how do you pronounce it backwards? That's probably his character.
Stanesh. Eckstein
Stanesh.
Stanesh.
I don't know.
I don't
We'll
know.
see.
I'm not smart enough.
They'll
but
come up with it. Maybe
Yeah.
she'll get to pick
Yayla.
Yayla. Oh, Yayla.
Yayla
That's a
Kanesh.
good name.
Yeah,
You're so good at coming up with names. I like
turning like Ahsoka, like around backwards. Kasukak. What?
it. Hey,
Where did that come from?
Succaktano.
that's called your subconscious.
Might be, Evan. You're going to find out later.
Hi-oh.
What's your number 2?
Number 2 is kind of like how Brad was saying with Hosnian, but Chandrilla, because that was the original capital of the New Republic, and it left eventually. So show us what's going on there, and Mon Mothma's there, so show us more of that.
I'm surprised
stuff.
you don't want to see like young Kylo Ren.
Well, that's a given.
You could see him. If we see Leia, we could get a young Ben Solo.
You imagine like
We could.
how young would he be at this point?
You're just asking the person that confused the Resistance timeline with this. So math, I'm stupid. So
this
he
is
was
5
born-
years after.
He was born the day of the Battle of Jakku,
yeah.
which
So
was
he's not born yet then.
It depends. We don't know how much of this timeline we're getting,
Okay.
so it's like you never know.
Baby Ben Solo would be adorable.
You'd have to see him after the Battle of Jakku, of course. So even if the movie is like culminating with Battle of Jakku, you wouldn't see him yet.
Maybe
Unless
they're
he's a baby.
Hold on. Maybe they're having like a celebration of the birth that Han and Leia just had of this kid, and Ahsoka
Dude.
shows up to
Your
get
father would have been very proud.
to get information from Leia, a little help.
And she goes, Bail
Could
Organa?
happen.
Like, no, your actual father.
Yeah.
And she'd be
Anakin
like,
Skywalker.
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Do you remember getting kidnapped for a hot minute? Why don't you bring that up in A New Hope when you were on the Death Star? Why didn't
Yeah,
you
right.
bring that up?
Yeah.
You served my father in the Clone Wars and helped me absolutely not once ever. Before this,
You
I
saved
need
me
your
from
help.
8 kidnappings in a span of 2 days.
I actually was like almost thinking that they were gonna like do like some Force mind trick on her as a kid, so she would forget that at the
They
end of it.
could make that work.
Because it really didn't make any sense that she wouldn't remember him. It really fucking
know,
doesn't.
I know.
It bothers me.
I know, but
But anyway,
hey, Episode 4 is the best according to mouth breathers in
yeah,
their
it's because they're
basements.
fucking stupid.
Yeah.
All right, number one for you and me.
Do you want to say it on 3?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Anakin
Force
flashbacks.
Ghost. Oh,
Okay,
mine's a
that's
Force
fine.
Ghost
Ooh.
specifically.
Force Ghost is better,
Yeah.
but I'll take whatever.
Both
whatever
is
at this
good. Why
point.
not both?
No, both. Absolutely.
I want
Both
both.
is good.
But I think you got to have a conversation with her and I think what would make this even better is if I know you said before you didn't want to see the Mandoverse come into this,
Mhm.
but if Luke is involved, if there's a scene,
Luke's
with
not a
Luke,
part of the Mandoverse in my eyes.
Okay,
Luke
So
is
if,
Luke.
If Luke is a part
That's a
at
good
some
point.
point
Yeah.
where they go back and talk to Luke for some reason, and he shows up, and Luke gets to, I'm getting fucking chills thinking about this. Luke and Ahsoka get to have a conversation with Anakin as a Force ghost. That might be the greatest moment in Star
Yep,
Wars.
it would
ever
be
made.
hands down. It'd be my number one. I'd be biased as fuck with that.
Look at my, I
Yeah.
got fucking legit
Yeah.
chills thinking
I'm-
about it.
We're not biased like that. And well, you might be a little bit, but I'm not at all. And yeah, that's probably number
Yep.
one moment. if
Fuck,
that
that's
happens.
cool. God, that would be. Do it, you fucking cowards.
And that ties into the thing that I don't like about the special editions is the Hayden Force Ghost in Return of the Jedi. That'll tie that in because now it's a Hayden Force Ghost again. So the more you justify it and make it better, the more I'll fall in line and be like, sure, it's fine.
Just like my figure back there.
Yeah.
Hayden Force Ghost.
So that'll be cool if they do that.
That's
Did you take those all out of the packaging?
yeah, of the packaging. They're hung up, yeah. So all right, so that's our number one. Obviously, you should be shocked.
I
Oh,
can't-
what's your number one?
I can't
Evan?
follow that up. My number one is just you already said it too in your list, Brad. Is more Brundle Hux. Make him like
A threat.
not a main character, but make him like one of the big bads.
Make him a
behind
main
Thrawn,
character
like,
the way that like Admiral Piet was a main character in Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
where it's somebody that keeps
he's
coming
named
in
and he
he's
shows up
named.
every
Yeah.
now and then.
I have him
but
too. I love him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
give
love
us
that character.
Yeah.
Give us some more Brundle Hux, at least in season 2 or the movie, somewhere along the line. But
Yeah.
more Brundle Hux.
I'm gonna start doing these off the top more. I think it was more fun.
That was fun. I
to do it
adjusted
that
mine
way.
a lot too off the top. I moved around a handful. So
Just
nice.
passionate responses.
Yeah, I always put them down, and then I just number them as we're going along. I'm like, this one looks
Good strategy.
next. Yeah.
I like that.
Force Ghost. I'm more excited about than
Yeah.
a flashback.
Yeah.
We already got a flashback.
We're gonna find out in
We're
like
gonna
a
get a
week.
Force
Here's how it happens.
In a week.
Here's how it
No,
happens.
dude.
Ahsoka's sitting there. She's struggling. You maybe see her calling out for help. Maybe it's not Anakin specifically, but then you see a hint of. It's like she's in a dark room. Then you just see this hint of blue behind her, and she lifts her head up, and she just turns around and just says, "Why?" And then that's how they start talking because like she knows it's him.
She
Like,
can feel this presence.
Oh my God, yeah. It's
And
like she
eventually,
just-
throughout
why?
the conversation, she gets to the point of saying "Sky Guy," and he calls her Snips.
Snips. Yeah, well, of course.
That would be awesome.
Oh, I think we're getting Sky Guy and Snips in flashbacks.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think
too,
we're
either
gonna get
way.
that. Yeah.
Now, does Ahsoka ever find out that Anakin turned, that he came back?
No one. I've always wondered this. How did Kylo not know this? The only person that knows is Luke and Leia.
No.
As far as we know.
Hold up. Ahsoka might know because of her time with Luke.
But
in
that's a
Book of
might.
Boba Fett.
She does say in Book of Fett, you're right. There's
Almost
like
like
your
your
father
father.
would be proud or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. They were talking about him like he was a
good guy.
a good person.
But she could have been
She's
talking
speaking
about
of
who he
him
was
in the
at
Clone
that
Wars.
point. We
Correct,
don't know
but
exactly.
We don't know if she knows
True.
that he came back.
I also made the assumption, but how could Luke not fucking tell his father's Padawan that he turned back. You know what I mean?
That's another thing that they, as good as that stuff was in Boba Fett, they should have just showed Luke and Ahsoka talking about. Be like, yeah, Vader
Maybe.
turned back to Anakin,
Maybe.
and
We
Ahsoka
don't-
would have been like mind
Maybe they're saving it for this.
Could be.
They could be saving it for this.
But we need that. Just
Maybe
to make sure
maybe that's
she
how they
knows.
open the series. Is they show us more from that scene specifically.
Could
I
be.
think they're going to open it with Inquisitors.
That could be too. Yeah.
Dude, I don't even care how they open it.
Do we have any
Just-
bold predictions for this before we wrap this up?
Bold
'Cause
predictions.
there's a very real chance this is our last podcast together for a while.
yeah. The
At
three
least
of
in
us.
person,
Yeah.
at the very least, yeah.
The three of us. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how long I'll be out when
Goodness,
Lily
it's
comes.
eight- it's
but-
eight
I would
episodes,
assume
right?
about a month, but that's just my own assumption.
Yeah, we'll
but
see.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. It's 8 episodes, and 2 are dropping on day 1.
Mm-hmm. Big prediction. I mean, Leia was a kind of a big one for me. Just kind of throwing her in there.
Any weird cameos you think they're going to throw in there?
Oh, we might get Hondo live action for the first time.
Yeah, we
'Cause
talked
he's in
about that last week.
a little bit. Yeah, he's in Rebels so much.
Yeah.
The clip you posted.
Oh my fucking god!
Let's leave your wife out of this.
Yeah, the fat as gay
As
Gargan.
Margan.
As Margan. Yeah. Oh my god.
That's funny.
That's another thing. That was Disney, by the way. I looked up at the camera again. What the hell?
Yeah, it's the light. It's distracting.
It is.
It makes you
is.
think that it's there.
That's about my biggest
say
thing
Lando. I'm
is
gonna go on a limb and say we're
that
gonna
would be
get a Lando.
spectacular. Donald
That'd
Glover.
be dope.
I don't know. It would have to be.
I don't think it's going to be.
Hello,
Billy D.
I'm
Well-
97 years old.
The Lando that shows
I
up in
just woke up
Rebels
from a nap.
is pretty close to
Blue
the
light
Donald Glover
special
Lando.
on Jakku.
So, I don't know.
didn't-
I don't think he was involved when this was already done a couple years ago. So like,
Speaking of Lando, did you see the controversial thing on Facebook?
no.
Okay.
What are idiots doing now?
In one of the Halcyon groups,
Good start.
I know this.
look. I am all for your intention, meaning what your intention is, but somebody, but then again, like you tip your cards. Somebody made a likeness of Kentucky Fried Chicken pin with Kentucky Fried Porg and a bucket of fried porgs, and in the placement of Colonel Sanders was Lando.
Okay.
That hits a stereotype that a lot of people don't like.
Yeah, for good reasons they don't like. Yeah, 'cause
But
it's-
Chewie was right there. How do you not put Chewie
yeah,
on the fucking
you do
pin?
Chewie there.
Here.
Hey, it's a creative fandom.
I think
they're
'cause
all
she
very
was
creative.
even-
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
I didn't like it either.
I don't like that at all.
But it's funny as shit.
It's just, and like if you just like look at the comments, like, man, this guy got roasted, and it's like I kept trying to figure out, did you do this on purpose?
I don't.
Like-
The dude
Maybe.
came off from the post that he was like, I was just trying to make a fucking thing.
I know.
Yeah.
It's.
The Halcyon fandom is a very creative fandom,
The thing
and they
is,
all
though-
have the best intentions.
But
They're
that
also a
face
little
is the
they're also a
closest-
little gatekeepy too.
They are a little gatekeepy.
yeah,
But the face is the closest thing to Colonel Sanders' face. Like, so
Yes.
I get what he was doing,
But you still don't do
but
it.
you can't
You still
put a
don't do it.
black dude on a chicken bucket.
yeah. I don't think the intentions
fried
were
chicken
bad.
bucket.
Yeah, I don't think the intentions
Probably
were
not.
bad, but you got to
wasn't.
filter. You got to filter
Hey,
yourself.
dude, you know not to do that.
yeah,
You know not to
and
do
like
that.
you said, Chewie's right there. It should have been Chewie.
Fucking dingbat. Can we get him on the podcast to explain himself?
In like 2 months when it blows over.
Dude,
I'm
no,
sure
it-
that'll be the thing. Like it'll just be, hey, I had the best intentions.
Maybe
but I didn't
we can
think.
get it. Sure. Reach out to him. I won't be
Explain
around
your-
for a little
Explain
bit.
yourself.
It's
Yeah.
on the very last thing of importance in my brain, so whatever. I don't care if you do. Don't care.
All
if we
about
get it.
capitalization, Evan.
Yeah, fair.
Let's
fair.
capitalize on these moments when they happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Well,
Good ending.
if this is the last time we get together for a while, congratulations on becoming a dad.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude.
It's a fucking wild ride, and it's
Like Mr.
it's
Toads.
very rewarding. You're gonna crush it. I've told you from before I met you, even before you guys knew you were gonna be parents. I told you you're gonna be a great dad. Stand by it, and congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
That's it for us today. We will see you guys on the next one. Until then, stay safe. Don't buy that pen.
No.
See you on the next one. Until then, stay safe. May the force be with you.
Always into Buite.
Rise, Jedi.
I got some chicken.
Let's eat it.